If you had to guess my body fat percentage, where would you put me at? Low teens, mid-teens, high teens, 20, above 20? Personally, when I look at myself, I usually think high teens. But is that because I'm judging myself based on what I see online and what other people say? Well, I want to know what you guys think. And not just about my body fat percentage, but about anybody's body fat percentage that you see online. Is it really that easy to tell what somebody's body fat percentage is? If you're just seeing a picture, I feel like there's too many factors that are left out. Are they flexing? Do they have a pump? Are they fasted? Are they bloated? I feel like there's so many different things that account to it, especially the structure of somebody's body, which can lead to a very different appearance no matter what their body fat percentage is. Two people who are 15% body fat aren't gonna look the same. Is that just my opinion, or is that actually reality? Jeff Nipper just dropped a video showing us what people look like at different body fat percentages. So let's see if my sentiment holds up.
That was a little bit harder than I thought.
Others are harder on themselves than they should be and find out they're closer to their goals than they realize.
I feel like people are either on one side of the spectrum or not. They think they're way leaner than they actually are, or you're like a bodybuilder and you are super lean and you have like body dysmorphia and you think you're fatter than you are.
If the numbers aren't completely made up, they're taken from less accurate measurements like calipers or handheld devices.
With absolutely no research done, I always thought calipers were like pretty accurate, but maybe I'm wrong.
So almost exactly the same. But Saptarshi had 97 pounds of lean mass, and Greg had 150 pounds of lean mass.
I mean, is that a surprise to anybody? The guy on the right is clearly a much bigger human being, but to me, honestly, they don't look super different. Their body fats are very similar, and I feel like the guy on left just has looser skin, maybe.
If you're at this level and you'd like a smart nutrition app that can coach you to a leaner physique, try out MacroFactor.
I mean, I actually use MacroFactor, and I think it's a great tool to help you, control your weight or fluctuate it in any direction that you want it to go. So definitely check out MacroFactor. I'm not an affiliate or anything, but it's a great app.
So this is what 30% body fat looks like on a male, and this is what 30% body fat looks like on a female.
That is crazy how different a male at 30% and a female at 30% look, for obvious reasons, but it's pretty crazy to see the side-by-side difference.
Based on my time on the internet, most people seem to think that a male at 20% body fat looks something like this, but it actually looks like this.
I don't know about you guys, but if I saw him and I looked at him, I would think that he's definitely closer to 15% body fat. So I don't know if that's just me just generalizing and being completely wrong. Some people think that they're way leaner than they actually are. And it makes me think that I have a higher body fat percentage than I thought I did.
Only about 12% of men are leaner than this in the US.
You heard that right? Only 12% of people are under 20% body fat. So just put that into perspective.
15.4% on BIA. I actually think most men should be able to maintain this level of leanness year-round as long as you train hard and you pay attention to your diet.
We're looking at two people that have the same body fat percentage but look wildly different. Why is that? One of them is absolutely jacked, clearly. And then the other guy clearly works out, but isn't nearly as jacked. And objectively, not, being mean or anything, just looks way worse than the other guy. If you look at the first guy, you can see visible, he has a six pack at 15% body fat. And then the other guy, he doesn't. So why is that? Is that genetics? Is that, he's not training his abs enough? What is the reason for that, So I feel like it's hard to just look at somebody and know what their body fat percentage is because there's such variation from person to person, how their muscle and their structure, their body setup, how everything is on an individual to say, oh, this person is this percent of body fat when it could vary so much. I feel like the guy that was at 20% body fat, the second guy at 20% body fat, I would say arguably looks better than this guy at 15% body fat. And if that guy at 20% body fat was 15, he would look way more shredded than this guy.
Only about 2% of American men are below this level of body fat.
2% of American men are under 15% body fat. So that means all the influencers that you see online and you think, oh, I can attain that physique, they're in a group of people less than 2%. And even if you did get to that leanness, you're not gonna look like them. You need to get into fitness for yourself. And yes, you can look up to people and want to, build your own physique in a way that's aesthetic or strength or whatever focused you want it to be. But you have to be versed yourself because you're never gonna look like somebody else. And I feel like That's what this video shows the most of. Even when you're at the same body fat percentage as somebody else, you're not gonna look the same. And even if you had the same amount of muscle, you're still not gonna look the same. Everybody's structure and genetics are different. And I'm not saying that you can't achieve a great physique or a certain look or anything like that. I'm just saying that you're never gonna look like somebody that you see online exactly. And I feel like at a certain point, you're gonna be going through your fitness journey and you're gonna think like, I've put in all this work, how come I don't look like that person? And that's gonna defeat you. So it has to be you versus you. And especially if you're trying to get leaner, it's definitely a you versus you. And as you diet down, you can compare yourself to a previous version and you'll actually be able to see results. That's what's gonna motivate you to keep going.
Some men will be able to maintain 12%, no problem. But for most men, this is about as low as you can go.
And I feel like one thing to note is that different body parts on different people appear leaner. Some people have leaner backs or leaner legs or leaner arms. And I feel like for me, my arms stay pretty lean all of the time. And I carry most of my fat around my midsection and then in my face. Moral of the story is that you're probably not as lean as you think you are. But honestly, you might be. Because there's such a big variation from person to person on how lean each person looks, depending on how their body structure is set up, their genetics, how much muscle they carry, and a whole lot of other factors. I feel like there's no good way to look at somebody and be like, that guy's 15% body fat. I mean, you could be right, but you could be wrong too, especially from just a picture. Is it after a pump? Is it before a pump? Are they a little bloated? Is it right off of a fast? Like, I feel like all these things mean a lot. Are they flexing in the picture? These are the things you need to know in order to judge somebody's body fat. And the best way to do that is to take some form of a scan. And I'm thinking maybe I should take a scan. If you guys want me to do a DEXA, drop it down in the comments. Let me know if you want me to do a DEXA scan and I will figure out some way to facilitate that. And we'll find out what our body fat percentage is at. And we'll see if your guesses in the comments are right. If you guys enjoyed the video, click on one of the other videos on the screen. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll catch y'all in the next one.